Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the market color for today, the 19th of February 2024. I'm excited to have you all here right on today's market color. We're going to be proceeding with this market color as we take a look at what's going on gold against the dollar. And then we're also going to be looking at the yen basket and a few yen related currency. This is going to be our focus for today as we proceed in this market column. My name is CJ and I'm going to be taking you through the period of this session. First off, we're looking at gold against the dollar. Okay, yeah, you should be able to see my screen now. So we're looking at gold against the dollar as we're proceeding. Now, one thing that I've been looking out for on gold is what it's going to do, its reaction as it gets to the new all-time high again, as it goes to retest that point where it created a new all-time high again. So I want to see what gold is going to do around that area. So for that reason, this is the main reason, or the only reason I would say that I would be staying out on gold for now. But then what I like to do usually, because gold is caught up in a range, and if you followed our analysis, you know that whenever price is caught up in a range, I usually advise taking trades within that range by selling at the premium of the range and then buying at the discount of that range. You can see how that played out. Anytime price came to this region, around this other block in the upper boundary of the range, it sold. Okay. And then on reaching the other block on the lower boundary, it bought. Now it has gotten to the upper boundary again. This time around, I would not want to just jump in because few things that we could be looking out for. First is we might see gold break out of this all-time high and go to the final all-time high. Remember, I think that was last year. I told you all that one of the places we were expecting gold to get to after it broke 2,750 is 3,000. You can see the line is still there. We drew this line last year. So this is the next target for gold. Gold will be targeting this 3,000 price point because it's going to be good for everyone who trades the actual gold, everyone who has gold as a store of value. Seeing gold at around 3,000 is going to be a decent price point because some would want to cash out, some would want to make some decent profit and sell off a little portion. Some would also want to use that to aggregate their wealth that they've stored in gold. All right. So not everyone stores their wealth in cash. Some people like to keep it in gold. And when you stored your reserves, especially your reserves or your savings in gold, you'd want to see the price of that in gold. All right. For many people who store some of their reserves in Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was rallying, they were happy because their reserves is increasing in value. So for those who also store their reserves in gold, which is like the traditional safe haven reserve asset, they would want to see it increase in that light, and then many more people would want to jump in. So at this point, even though there is no actual demand for gold because of various reasons, gold is just looking settled. We might not see it get to that 3,000 price point so easily, but then we know that is the overall goal, and we would not want to be caught in the trend when it's heading to that 3,000 price point. So back to today's analysis, I'm thinking that gold might possibly break this high this time around and just trade a few inches higher or a few pips higher and then come back down. Probably I'm looking at 2,950. When it gets to 2,950, it might start selling off from there in form of a retracement because currently, if you look at it on the daily time frame, we are very, very bullish on gold on the daily time frame. Very bullish, and that is very clear. I think we should mark that 2,950 price point so that when price finally gets there, we'll be able to reference it quickly. So just a moment while I get, okay. So 2,950 somewhere here. Okay. So this is where we were looking to see gold trade to next. And while that is happening, for me, I would want to stay out, or better still, I'll just take quick trades in form of scalps, 50 pips or maximum of 100 pips to any of the directions I'm seeing from the lower time frame. So I'm seeing gold tapping this 2,950 price point, maybe today or into this week before it starts selling. So I'm not really confident selling gold from where it currently is. If at all, I would even be looking for a buy trade from where price currently is. Okay. If any sale is going to happen, I'm thinking it's going to happen somewhere around this swing, okay? A sell to retrace this swing from here. From here being the swing low, all the way here being the swing high. If anything is at all is going to happen, we'll see maybe a sell like this one that happened into 50% here. So all in all, I'm looking out for a buy on gold today. I want to see a buy on gold today. So for that reason, I'll be looking out for my buy setups and my buy entry signatures to print out. Once I see that print out on the lower time frames on gold, especially on 15 minutes, sometimes you may drill out 5 minutes, but 15 minutes is always the best place to pick out entries for gold. Once that plays out, I'll be taking my buys. Currently, at this London session, I've not seen any entry signature printing out yet. Okay, once I see one printing out, I will be taking my buy on gold. So I'll be looking out for buy opportunities on gold for today. Okay, so I'll advise you to also possibly do your own analysis and then replicate these chart markups. And once it makes sense to you, you can ride along with the analysis that we're giving this morning. Okay, so let's look at the yen basket. Very interestingly, the yen basket, like I think last week or 2 weeks ago, we said that where the yen basket was somewhere around here. We said that we wanted to see the yen basket trade into okay. So we said we wanted to see the yen basket trade into a discount level before we started buying again. If you remember, we said that last week. So you can see on the daily time frame, the yen basket traded into on the weekly time frame, sorry, it traded into this other block right here. And then after trading into this other block, we started seeing that rejection back to the upside. So if you look at it on the daily time frame, you can see where the yen basket traded to that same other block on the weekly time frame, and it's now rejecting back to the upside. So with this, we can see that the buy trend for the yen basket is resuming gradually. So if you flip this level, you can see that it was quite a decent pullback, 61.8. That is a good entry point for the yen basket. So currently, with what we're seeing on the yen basket, I expect the yen to continue going stronger. And then against all yen currencies or across all yen related currencies, the GBP JPYs, the Euro JPY, and the like, I'm expecting continuous sales to happen across board. Okay. Now, this is the 4-hour time frame of the yen basket. I'm expecting this pullback to resume and price will start buying again on the yen basket. So let's quickly look at GBP JPY. Now, on GBP JPY, you can see that price has started resuming its sell trend. If you look at it on the daily time frame, price has started resuming the sell trend on GBP JPY. So if I were you, I'll be looking out for sell entries on GBP JPY and Euro JPY. So let's look out for that to see if we're going to find any. Now on GBP JPY, let me put session breaks so we'll see where the session actually started from. So this is all that happened in the Asian session. I think that was about 100 pips, almost 100 pips this morning during the Asian session, 90 pips exactly. So I'm expecting this pullback and I was expecting the pullback and it has happened. So right now, I want to see a sell entry signature print out on GBP-JPY. When I say entry signatures, those things that you would want to see to take our entries, those for some people that use candlesticks pattern, for some people that use price action, for some people that use just pure market structure, those who use indicators, all the things that you use to take your entries, you can start looking out for them on GBP JPY. Once they show up on GBP JPY, for me, I'll start taking my sell. Like currently, I'm expecting to see possibly an engulfing pattern or a variation pattern on 5 minutes or on the 15 minutes time frame on GBP JPY. And then I'll take my sell to the downside. Okay, so for GBP JPY, I'm expecting a sell. Now for Euro JPY, I'm also expecting a sell on Euro JPY. If you look at it from the daily time frame, it has retraced to a point where we are now interested in. Look at how price tapped into the weekly order block right here. and then started rejecting from there. So the sell actually started last week. Yeah, last week Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not too late to jump on the trade, to jump on the trend rather. So let's look out for what we can get on Euro JPY. So for Euro JPY, it has sold again and then retraced. Let's look at that on the 1 hour time frame. So currently Euro JPY is selling. So we can start looking out for entry patterns also on Euro JPY. So once we see an entry pattern, we'll be taking our sell to the downside. So Euro JPY, GBP JPY sell are the things that I'm looking out for today. Once I see them playing out, I'll be taking my sell to all the way to clear the liquidity point. So for GBP JPY, I don't think I mentioned where I'm targeting. So let me just quickly show you that on the 4 hour time frame. So for GBP JPY, I'm targeting this place because we could see a potential retracement from here after price has sold down. So we could see something like this, sell into this place, retrace a little, and then continue selling all the way to now clear all this liquidity that are residing below here. So this is what I'm expecting on GBP JPY to play out. So at least for the first round of sell, you should be looking at anything, nothing less than 150 pips. Okay, for wherever you enter from, you should be looking at nothing less than 150 pips as our target for the first round of sell. And then for the second round of sell, you should be looking at something very similar, about 200 pips for the second round of sell. So on GBP JPY, this is what I'm expecting. My first sell somewhere around 191 spot 400 region or 191 spot 500 region. And then my TP is going to be around 189 spot 573. 189 spot 573. So this is where I'm going to be looking out for my exits on GBP JPY when I take my entry. Usually I would like to get around 20 to 30 pips for my stop loss because I like to be very open with my stop loss on GBP JPY because I mean it's not like GBP USD where you can have a tight stop loss of 10 pips and then you'll be targeting 70 or 50 pips profit. So for GBP JPY, try and be more open with your stop loss. So and then be more open with your take profit because it's going to travel very far when it starts to travel. So this is what I'm expecting on GBP JPY, and then on Euro JPY, the exit point I'm looking out for here on the 4 hour time frame is very similar to that of GBP JPY, which is this level right here. Okay, the first level here, and then the second level right here. This one is because of the breaker block that is right here. And then this one is because of the mitigation block that is right here. If you don't understand breaker block and mitigation block, this is more reason why you should even take a training, or you can go on YouTube and check it out, and then you get a clearer understanding of what they mean. All right, so for Euro JPY, this is the first target, then this is the second target on the Euro JPY sell. So this is what I'm expecting to play out on these two guys for the remaining parts of this week, because we might not revisit until Friday before we revisit the Euro JPY and GBP JPY analysis. So from now to Friday, this is what I'm expecting to play out on these two guys. Okay. All right. So if you have any question, as usual, feel free to ask so that we'll run through the questions and the comments that anyone has before we round off today's session. And while we're doing that, we earlier announced that we've closed registrations for ATM cash flow, which is our course on synthetics indices. If you'd want to register for it, then you should be preparing ahead of the next round of registrations. Okay, whenever that is announced, make sure that you sign up on time. The only slots that we have available right now for registrations are that of the FX Bootcamp. Okay, we have slots open for the FX Bootcamp training. So if you are interested in learning how to analyze currency pairs like this, also stock indices like the US 30 and the likes, make sure that you sign up for that course. We're going to be teaching you everything from top to bottom, and then we're going to be showing you our entry signatures that we use to trade the market. Okay, so thank you very much everyone for your time. Until we meet again by 2 p.m. Nigerian time, GMT +1, for the New York session of the market color. We wish you good luck and good training. Cheers and God bless, guys.